Okay, welcome back, dear friends. Today I'd like to go through the machine of Inject on the Hackthebox together with you. I will try my efforts to demonstrate all necessary processes. And as you can see, this is the IP address of the target. And I have already spawned this machine earlier. And I'd like to use the Pentesting, which is online payload OS provided by the Hackthebox to do this penetration. So now we can switch over to HTTP viewer. As you can see, I have already done the map scanning with the options like scene scan, virtual scan, the default script scan, and the comprehensive scan. From the map scanning results, as you can see, the two open ports on the target. The first one is 22, which is running SSH surface and also the actual version information. As we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability. And the second one is 8080, which is running HTTP surface. And so now I think what we are going to do next is to do enumeration for the 8080 port. So let's open up our browser. Let's make it bigger so you can see what's going on. And we can make a copy of the IP address of the target because I don't want to type in anyway. But please configure the port number as well. And as you can see, we have already opened up this site. And we can check whether this site has robots file. But nothing there, not found. So also we can check the source code of this page. Sorry, nothing interesting we can get from the source code. And also we can make very quick walkthrough about this site, like how it works, blocks, pricing. But there is nothing else interesting except this one, upload on the top. As you can see here, of course, if the target has a function which allow us to upload a file, naturally, what we are going to do next is to upload the reverse PHP file, right? And we can try, of course, we can locate the reverse PHP reverse type of redirect error, because I'm so certain the payload OS has PHP reverse file. We just need to locate this file and we can copy this file from the source to our current working directory. Okay, we have already, we can copy any of them. Maybe this one is, I think the content should be same, and we can make a copy and we can rename to shell PHP, and we need to modify the IP address of the attacking machine. In this case is online payload OS. Let's scroll down. And port number, as always, I'd like to change to 555. This is my favorite port number. And now we can go back to our browser and we can browse and go to the Inject directory. We can upload and but the only image are accepted. So yeah, it failed. So I think now we can get some other images to see what the normal behavior would be when we upload like image. And the image, for example, we can select any image from the internet. Maybe this one. Maybe this one too big. We can open up another picture and we can download. Save image. We can go to the desktop, inject, and we can rename to test, save, and then we can go back, upload function, and browse, upload. As you can see here, uploaded successfully. But can you notice below this information, we can view your image, what we uploaded. We can click. So from the pattern of the URL, I mean the whole path, maybe this parameter has LFI vulnerability. We can check on this. We can use the Q because this one is quicker than the browser. As you can see, we can retrieve the content of a password file. And also from this point, from the content of this file, we can know the two normal users, Phil and Frank. You know, when we can confirm the target has LFI or local file inclusion vulnerability, naturally what we can do or to check or test is that we can access private key, or maybe we can, if we can check whether we can access log file like authentication log or the Apache 2 access log. But in this case, for this machine, they all failed. We cannot access such files. So maybe we need to enumerate more information. For example, like var www. As you can see, the two directories. We can check the first one, the HTML directory, but nothing returns. So it means that our web application is running in the second one, which is web app. As you can see, we got the content of this directory, web app. Of course, for us, we can enumerate all information by utilizing the LFI vulnerability. But to save time, I'd like to enumerate directly the content of this file, the XML file. You know, the XML file always contains some configurations, information. Some case even can get the credentials. As you can see, we got some, like a dependency, the plugins. I think Bootstrap is useless for us, but here, I think we can know the target is running Spring Cloud Function Web and the version. And then we can use the Google search engine to make research to see whether there is a vulnerability for this version with this software. And I've already done that earlier. And and I open up this repository of the GitHub, and we can clone this exploit code onto the Pilot OS. But of course, I have already made clone earlier, this one, and of course we need to modify the required necessary information. For example, like this one, we need to change this Python script. We need to change the remote host IP address. The remote port is okay. We just leave it as it is. And also we need to change the local host or local host to the Pilot OS. And the local port also you can change if you wish. So now what we can do, we can run this Python script, but before we hit enter, we need to set up the listener first. Then we can run. As you can see, we got the reverse shell from the target, and we can make it interactive or to become the bin bash. We can import pty module and spawn the bin bash. Today my typing is terrible, and we can use the Python 3 import pty spawn bin bash, the double quote, and now we can make basic enumeration. Navigate to the home directory. There are two users. Go to the first one. Now, there is one interesting directory which is M2. We can go inside this directory and we can cut the contents of this XML file. As you can see, we got the username and the password. We can make a copy in case we need this information later. The field. So now we can switch our shell to another user. And now we can get the user flag. So I think now we have already made a successful lateral movement. The objective now is to elevate our privilege to root user. So how to do it? We can run like a sudo also we can upload the limpia shell script to see whether we can find out some misconfigurations or some local vulnerabilities. But I can tell you, for this machine we need to use another technique, which is PSPY 64.2. And we can open up another tab. I have already prepared these two. Not here. Maybe I need to download this file, PSPY. And we can I thought I have already prepared these two earlier, but it's not PSPY. But no problem. We can download from the GitHub. And we can download the 64-bit version. And we can move to the desktop and move to the inject our current working directory, and then we need to upload this to the target by setting up the web server. And now we can navigate to temp directory, wget port number PSPY, and we need to make it executable PSPY, and we can run PSPY. You know, PSPY is very powerful tool which allow us to list or enumerate all processes, even the current user don't have the root privilege. Yeah, as you can see, I think this line of command give us one hint. The author maybe not this one. This is remove command. So we just wait for a moment. You know, at this point, no suspicious process. Oh, sorry, we have already got. I think we have already got this process. We need to pay very close attention. Otherwise, you will miss the important information. But nothing there. We can scroll up to take another look at about all processes, but nothing there. I think we need more time. Yeah, as you can see, we got what we expect. As you can see, yeah, this one, the Python 3 Ansible Pioneer, and this one will run this. I think the Ansible Pioneer, as you know, Ansible is some sort of automation tool which allow us to execute a command on the machine, whether it's local machine or remote machine. But the Ansible Pioneer can allow us to run Ansible for different tasks at the same time or in Pioneer. So I think because this process is running by root user, maybe we can exploit this YAML file, and we can go into this directory. But before we can cut the content, we need to interrupt this process and run this exploit again. pty spawn, and we can switch to field, and the password we have already prepared on the notebook or at hand. Paste in here, and then we can list the content of the OPT, automation tasks. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, there is one YAML file, the playbook. But we do not have, or the current user doesn't have a right to modify this playbook. However, if we check the upper directory, the permission, and we can copy again, we can create or add the new YAML file. So we can cut the existing playbook, and we can use the copy paste way, because this way would be much more easier. So we can copy this part, and now we can create new playbook, and we can paste in here, but we need to change the name, for example, like the shell surface. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And the module we want to run is shell module, and the command for this shell module is the reverse. Of course, we can got this command from the Pentest monkey, but I've already prepared this line of reverse shell command, so we can directly use this command. Now let's write and quit. Now we need to upload this playbook to the target, and we can navigate to temp directory. Maybe, yeah, okay, it's fine. The playbook YAML file, and we need to copy YAML file to the automation tasks. Okay, and now we can set up the listener. Of course, we need to use the different port number, which is 666. And now we just wait for the reverse shell, because from the PSPY 64.2 we can know that the Ansible Parallel is running at the background regularly or as a cron job, and we manipulate or create the new playbook, and the Ansible Parallel will read the new playbook, and then we can spawn a new shell. So we just wait for this to be connected or to be spawned. And I'm so certain, yeah, we got the new shell, and which belong to the root user. Then we can get to the root directory, and then we can retrieve the root flag. So that's all I'd like to go through for this machine of the Inject on the Hackthebox. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.